You know that feeling you get when you finally complete something. Like you have been trying to do something for extremely long time. You have literally been thinking about it for a long time that yes, I will finally complete this. I will win. And that feeling you get when you finally do it. Like that boss that you've been stuck on for literal hours, maybe even days for some people. And you just finally beat it and you're just sitting there and you're like, yes! I finally succeeded. You know, that's the exact feeling that you feel. You do like a victory scream that everyone has to hear. It's extremely loud. And you know, some people may even tell you just to be quiet, but they just don't understand because they never won like how you did. They never felt as victorious as you have. As you stand up and you are the winner. Mrs. Victory. Maybe that's even what some people will call it. And yes, I have found a way to put an Uma Musume reference into this video, even though it has absolutely nothing to do with it. But that is my duty as a Uma Musume fan. And that is literally one of the best songs that they have in the series. It slaps so hard. It is just so amazing. So of course I have to go and mention it. But why am I talking about being a winner? Why am I talking about being victorious? Well, that is because I have finally done something that I wanted to do for an extremely long time. You know, this is something that I've been thinking about for literal months, maybe even close to a year, that I was finally gonna do it, but I've done what everyone else has done and I just put it off. And I think we all know if something gets put on the I'll do it tomorrow list, it will literally never be done because tomorrow just keeps on coming over and over again. So it'll be like Tuesday and you're like, you know what, I will do it tomorrow. And then when tomorrow comes, you will do it tomorrow. And then when tomorrow comes, you'll do it tomorrow. There have suddenly been days, and days have suddenly turned into months, and months have suddenly turned into weeks, and weeks have suddenly turned into this thing will never be done. Now, I have put multiple challenges on myself, and some of them I am still actively trying to search for. Like, one that I've ended up doing was trying to search for the worst manga ever made. That's because there are tons of videos on the worst anime ever made. Literally thousands of those videos made, and I'm pretty sure the answer of the worst anime ever made is also already solved. A lot of people will come down to the conclusion of something like X-Arm. Most people will come down to the conclusion that those will usually be some of the worst animes ever made. But no one has really sat down and found the worst manga ever made. And it 100% makes sense. This has been a journey that I think I've been doing for about a month now. And it is extremely hard to find because there's just so much manga that comes out. It may even be impossible. And for that challenge, I even put a rule on myself so I can make it a little bit more easier that it has to be a manga that is officially released. That means a manga that you can go buy a physical copy of it and not like a webcomic, because if you include webcomics into your search to find the worst manga ever made, your journey may probably never end and you may literally be there until the ending of time, because that literally adds thousands, and I mean thousands of more manga to add on that list, and it could generally, you could never find an actual answer. And even with that rule and literally thousands of mangas not being on that list, it is still extremely hard to find. And I have bring some of them up, and I am planning to make another one of those soon where I like show you a couple of terrible mangas that I found and I go to show you, but I still don't think they are just some of the worst ever made. So I'm still actively trying to search for that. But they have been something else that I've been trying to challenge myself to do. It's someone that I haven't really told anyone yet, and it has to do with a video game. And that game has to easily be Divinity Original Sins 2. Now, for anyone who played this game, the Divinity Original Sin series is easily regarded as one of the best video game series in gaming. People have said the first game is absolutely amazing to be one of the best RPGs ever made. But this is completely thrown out the window when it comes to the second game. Divinity Original Sin 2 is considered one of the best games ever made. And literally anyone who played the game has nothing but positive things to say about it. And a lot of people absolutely love this game. Literally, if you just bring up the name next to them, they actually start jumping in joy. And I'm literally thinking if you watch this video and you are a hardcore Divinity fan, you're probably sitting down there, standing up from your chair or wherever you are, car or just laying down in your bed, you just jump out immediately and just start screaming and pumping your fists like, yes, finally, there is someone else who knows about this game and they know how amazing it is. Well, I ended up buying the game when it's on sale because this is one of those games on Steam that's literally on sale 99% of the time. It's one of those games where if it's not on sale, it's kind of weird. So I knew that the game was going to go on sale eventually, and obviously it has, and I've decided to go and pick it up. But here's the thing, never played the game. Yeah, I ended up buying the game like around a year ago, and I literally have never touched the game. I've done that thing that everyone has done once on Steam, where you go and buy a game, and it just stays in your library there for literally months. So I literally had one of the best games ever made just sitting in my library for months, as I didn't really care enough to go pick up and play the game. It's really been like that for a while. It's even been a running joke to myself, saying that every time when I sit down and I look at my Steam library and I go like, wow, I have absolutely no games, I literally always think to myself that I have literally one of the best games ever made sitting down in my library. I just haven't really cared that much to go and play the game. And I do have a reason why. And my simple reason is I was just scared of the game being too good. I'm not really as much as a gamer as I used to be. Like back then I used to be hardcore into games, but when I get into games, I get into them extremely hard. Like for a good example, the last game I got extremely addicted to. And when I mean extremely addicted, I mean I'll literally just wake up in the morning, play this game all day, and then if I have to do something important, I will go do that activity and then immediately go back to the game, was Fire Emblem Three Houses. I ended up picking up this game extremely late. I didn't even play when the game launched. I played it like a couple years later when the game ended up going on sale, which is extremely rare for Nintendo games, especially if you want to buy something digitally on the Nintendo store. That basically never happens. But the game went on sale and I'm an extremely big Fire Emblem fan. I really like Fire Emblem Awakening and I really like Fire Emblem Fate. You know, they're some of my favorite Nintendo games ever made, and I really do enjoy the Fire Emblem franchise. Let me go and play Fire Emblem Three Houses, and oh man, I got absolutely hooked to that game. I was hooked extremely hard. I was playing the game in classic mode, the hardest difficulty, and man, I put so much hours into that game. I even got close to 100% in it, which is something that I literally nearly never do. I never care enough to go 100% games and to get every single achievement in the game, but I have with Fire Emblem Three Houses. I have every single item in the game. I have every single support conversation in the game. I've basically done everything in the game. I've literally built the main character you play as, Violet, in literally every single way that you think you can build her. Yeah, I ended up playing as the female version of her. I have built her in all ways. I became a mage, I became a warrior, I became a heavy knight person, and my absolute favorite build for the game is to basically be like a heavy knight on a horse. I don't care if that's like one of the most worst classes in the game. I absolutely love it. It looks amazing. Violet looks extremely cool in the heavy armor. I'm not here to talk about that game. That was the last time I ended up getting hooked to a game. And I was scared that Divinity Original Sin 2 was going to be that good, where I was going to be that soullessly attached to playing the game. And I was absolutely right. This game is absolutely amazing, and I'm kind of pissed off that it took me this long to play the game. I've literally been playing the game for hours on end, and the game is just so good. It's so enjoyable. I love the characters, even though I'm like only a little bit hours into it. I just think it's absolutely amazing. I don't know why it took me so long to play the game, but hey, I made it to it eventually, and I'm extremely happy that I have. And this is just something that I just wanted to finally tell you people, because it's something that I finally achieved. I have said that I would play this game every single day for months, and I finally have. No more commitment issues, no more having a hard time trying to start the game. I finally sat down and have decided to do it. You know, even though the state of modern gaming is absolutely terrible and it looks kind of hopeless, you need to always remember that there will always be good games out there. There are absolutely amazing hidden gems, and you just have to go and find them. And I've currently found probably one of the best games that ended up coming out in the past 10 years, and I'm now playing it and I'm enjoying my time, and it's something that I wanted to share with you. Every time when I go and play a game I enjoyed, I like to go share it, like Risk of Rain 2, and this is another one. Anyway, my name is Lua. This is just something that I want to talk about. You have a good day or night. See ya.